Oh, there you are. Hey, come on in and welcome to the art room.
Hey guys, it's Miss Evers and Miss Brinkley, and we're here to introduce ourselves. Some of you might remember me from last spring. I was a student teacher with Miss Brinkley, and now I'm here part-time, so you're gonna get both of us this year. A little bit about me. You know I love Disney, I love art, and I love the color pink. Those are my favorite things. And I'm so excited to be your art teacher this year.
And I'm Miss Brinkley. I'm the other part, the duo. You'll see us each like half of the week. I'm mostly gonna be here on Monday, Tuesdays, and then every other Wednesday, and then Miss Evers will be here every other Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. So we wanted to come on here together to kind of introduce ourselves. So like I said, I'm Miss Brinkley. I've been here at Duncan Creek for 10 years, so go Hawks. What about me? Sorry, I totally forgot about things I was gonna say about me, but I went to UGA, so go Dogs. I have a daughter named Stella and a dog named Sunny, and my favorite artist is Vincent van Gogh. So we'll learn about him later. Oh, and Bob Ross, he's pretty cool too. So now we're gonna introduce you to the art room now that you know a little bit about us. So let's get started.
In the room, these awesome paint cans we have above all the tables. You just look up and I'm at table yellow. So you might have a different color, but that's where you're gonna sit every day.
All right, so that little number that Miss Evers just pointed out to, those are gonna be kind of the seats that you're sitting at, and those numbers I will use, or Miss Evers will use, to call out to get supplies, or kind of as your art helper job number. So sometimes we'll say like number 4, will you come please get the glue sticks off the supply table, and that will kind of help to know when it is your job or what you're gonna be doing in the art room that day. And also it helps where you're sitting. All right, speaking of supplies and art helper jobs, that kind of leads us to the supply table. We haven't set it up fully yet, but all of your supplies will be on this table. Sometimes they'll be at your actual tables, like if you're gonna be using crayons that day, we might already have it out, or we might use those numbers to say, hey, number 3s, come and get some crayons for your table that day. And then at the end of art, we'll put them back on this supply table, all nice and neat. If you'll notice, all glue sticks are together nice and neat. So let's keep it that way, okay? And that's one of the ways we can be responsible, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so over here is gonna be the pencil sharpener. It's not quite here yet, but it'll be here. Miss Evers or myself are the only ones that are gonna pencil sharpen things. So we're gonna have 2 baskets. One's gonna say please sharpen. So when there's a dull pencil or it's broken or it's not as sharp as you want it, you're gonna put it in this basket. This will tell us what we need to sharpen. And then this one will be already pre-sharpened pencils that say sharp. So you'll get a new one from out of here and go use it for your project. Please don't put the broken ones in here. They go in this one. We also have our erasers, and possibly our Sharpies will stay right here as well. Things you'll need for your projects.
All right, and at the front of the classroom, we have K through 5 all the way down the whiteboard. And this is where we are going to put your sample artwork. So my example, or Miss Brinkley's example, is gonna go up here. And just below it is your I can statement, so your objectives for the project will be listed here, so you always know what's going on in class. And at the other end of the whiteboard, we have the awesome art box, and this is where you're gonna put all of your projects. So when we are done with the week and you're finally done with your masterpiece, you're just gonna go ahead and put it in here with your name on the back. Okay, so we know to put our artwork in the awesome art box, but if we have a wet painting that we're working on, we're gonna go ahead and put it on the drying rack. So we don't wanna just stick it in here or else it will fall through. So if you're working on a bigger project, you can go ahead and grab your big messy mat, put it on here, and go ahead and stick it on the drying rack. Go ahead, and in the back of the room, we got the sinks. So as you can see on this side, we have the teacher sink for me and Miss Brinkley to use. And over here, we have the student sink. So you have some paper towels that you can use, just take one, or some sponges that we might need for certain projects, but we'll let you know when you can use those. And then we have some Band-Aids if you ever need a Band-Aid, and tissues for you right here.
Continuing on into the art room, in the back of the art room, we have our sketchbooks. You'll be making these on the first couple days of school, and you'll use them all year. We will not take them home until the very end of the year. And so we love color in the art room, and we love color coding in the art room, meaning each grade level has a certain color. So kindergarten, you're red. First grade, you're orange. Second grade, you're yellow. Third grade, you're green. Fourth grade, you're blue. Fifth grade, you're purple or violet. And so when you are looking for your artwork, your sketchbook, you're gonna come and look for your teacher name. They're not labeled yet, but they will be. You're gonna pull it out. So let's use Miss Smallwood's as an example. So I am in third grade, I'm gonna look for Miss Smallwood's bin. Then inside of here, you're gonna find that there's different colored folders in which your sketchbook will be in. So if you sit at pink table, you're gonna have a pink folder, and everyone from your table is gonna put it in the pink folder, okay? Then you're gonna close it up, you're gonna put it back in the bin, and then you're gonna put it right where it went with all the other third grades that are green. Okay, so now we've made it to the bulletin board we have over here, and we're gonna talk about artful behavior. At Duncan Creek, we have 3 expectations. They are safe, responsible, respectful, okay? So we're gonna try and be those things. Well, we're not gonna try, we're going to be those 3 things in the art room as well. We're gonna always be safe, we're gonna be responsible, and we're gonna treat others with respect. We're gonna pause the video in a minute, and we're gonna talk about 3 ways that we can be each of these things in the art room. So, here we go. You might be wondering, who is this and why is she here? This is Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci, but we used her a little bit to show something called Mona-ificent, because we want to kind of look at her. We want to see, how are her hands? Are they moving? No, they're nice and still. Her eyes, they look like they're looking at you if you're talking to her. So that's how your eyes should be when we're talking. And then her mouth is not moving, it's quiet. So that's how you should also be when we're giving instruction. So sometimes if we say, let's be Mona-ificent, you know what to do. Okay, so a couple more things before we move from this spot, because there's a lot of information over here. The first thing is to let you know that in our art room, in Miss Evers and myself's art room, you can talk as long as we're done giving instruction and you talk quietly to your table friends, okay? So we're not yelling across the room. We're using a quiet inside voice, talking about appropriate things at our table. And we're also working while we're doing that. So if for some reason we don't see that you're working, or you're getting too loud, or you're not talking about things that you're supposed to be talking about, I'll come over to this ART. Now this has nothing to do with what's on the back. These are just visual, meaning you can see them to kind of remind you what noise level we should be at. Miss Evers mostly will not turn this over, because this is something you know you can do once we're done giving our instructions, okay? So that says quiet table talk. So that's something you can do as long as we're doing a great job listening. You can talk after we're done giving our instructions. Now let's say you're getting way too loud, or any of those other things, you're not working, or you're talking about inappropriate things. We're either gonna go to a whisper, or we're gonna go straight to silent. Now, silent doesn't always mean that you're in trouble. It just means that sometimes we need to get focused. We need to remember what we need to be doing in the art room, and we need to get our work done. Or we're just getting a little too loud. So it's just a reminder. And sometimes some people work better that way, just in nice, quiet mode, making your art kind of nice. And I'll put some nice music on too.
All right, speaking of noise level, if we need to get your attention, we might do something like a clapping sequence like that, and you can do it back to us. Or we might ring our bell right here, and that just means we need to bring our voices down to listen for instruction.
There's a lot of places in the art room that you are allowed to go to, like the supply table. There's lots of places like that. There's certain places though that are just for the teachers in the room or the adults in the room. So that would be the paper cutter. Please do not touch the paper cutter. It is not safe. Only adults can touch that, or a teacher. Again, the teacher sink, and then also the teacher desk. Thanks so much for touring the art room with us today. And so let's just get ready
And let's go make some artwork.
Woohoo!